Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris Cooper, known as the Channel Guy Trader, and I am reporting to you live from Wall Street Trading satellite office down in sunny South Florida. Today's date is Tuesday, January the 29th, 2013, and here is today's After the Bell Market Summary brought to you by WallStreetTrading.com. Want to first start by taking a look to see how the indices closed the session out here today. The Dow Jones was up just about 72.5 points here. The NASDAQ was down 0.64, and the S&P 500 was up a little over 7.5 points here, closing the session up 7.66. If we take a look at the breadth today, we had 3,710 issues advancing. We had 2,470 issues declining on the NYSE, NASDAQ, and the AMEX. There definitely was positive breadth in the market today in favor of the bulls. We also had 775 issues making new highs, and we had 45 issues making new lows in the NYSE, NASDAQ, and AMEX. So the bullish tone still, is holding steady pretty much there. The SPY continues to hug these rising 8 EMA, 5 EMA, simple and exponential moving average. So the trend does have some nice momentum into it here, and the buy the dip scenario that continues to work is working out pretty well, guys. If you guys have been trading with us in our trading room at mywallstreettv.com, we've been pretty much nailing the market left and right. You guys can check out the midday market update videos that we have on our YouTube channel at mywallstreettv to see how we've been maneuvering through the markets the past couple of days, past couple of weeks or so here. In any case, let's take a look at the SPY daily chart here. You can see that we are cruising up into this next resistance level that I highlighted in the weekend review around the 151.5 level. If we were to break past 151.5, the next level that we'll be paying close attention to is around this 153.08 level. That comes from the 2007 highs of December and the November highs, which were around 153.41 back here in 2007. So, taking a look at the intraday time frame now that we have those targets to the downside, as long as we can continue to hold above this 149, I think we're in good shape. Everybody's expecting a pullback, and until everybody doesn't expect a pullback anymore, it's not going to happen, in my opinion. So, in my opinion, as long as we can hold above this 149, we're looking pretty good. But in general, we're going to start noticing a change once we start trending and holding below these short-term moving averages. But until then, stick with the rising 5 and the 8 EMA. It has been working, as you can see here, for the past 2 weeks or so. And when that short-term momentum starts to die out, we'll be right on top of it, and we'll make sure you guys are right on top of it as well. All right, let's take a look at the IWM here. The IWM, pretty much a flat day, was up 5 cents, sold off a bit, bounced right back up. Dip buyers came in again here. Now this one, this one's still continuing higher here. Volume is still kicking in there, and we still remain above the rising 8 EMA, SMA, 5 EMA, SMA on the daily time frame right here. Again, this one does not have any resistance above it, so how high can this one go? Who knows? Maybe just start working off the whole numbers, 91, 92s, 93, 94, 95s type of action there. But as long as this IWM can hold above this 89 level here, I think we're in good shape. We could probably get a little flash pullback down there, which I think buyers will try to come in because it also lines up with this key channel line that we've been watching as well. But in the meantime as well, if we can break above this 90.23 level, next stop will be 90.50, then maybe 91. Again, use these moving averages as kind of your little gauge, your roadmap, whatever you want to call it, to kind of stick with the trend there. All right, let's take a look at the triple Qs. The triple Qs are trading at 67.16. We're still trying to get back above that 67.38 level. If I bring up my platform right now, you can see that the Qs are currently trading at 67.32. Okay, so we're right at that level again here. After hours, Amazon came out with some numbers. They didn't beat from my understanding of the report, but they like the stock. So right now the Qs are trading at 67.32. If we can hold above 67.38 on the triple Qs, we're going to be looking for a move back up towards last Tuesday's highs where they trapped some buyers up there. We break past those highs, we're going to be looking to chomp through this resistance that we have from this little congestion that we've been showing you guys for the past couple weeks here on this little congestion zone from this little price action that we had back here. All right, so all this action right here, once we start chomping this resistance, we're going to have more of a bullish stance on the triple Qs. But until then, keep an eye on the 67.38 level. Keep an eye on the 66.22 level. That is right here. Again, this is a nice little range that's going to give us a nice little momentum trade, which if this trade breaks out of this range this is probably going to let the markets continue to trend higher if the Qs start to follow along and these technology stocks start to catch a bid with this market holding up a little bit better. So we'll see how that plays out. Tomorrow's going to be a big day for the Qs, and we'll keep an eye on that Amazon, of course. Let's see. Let's take a look at the dollar futures chart here. Dollar is continuing to act weak, and we have the dollar looking to break down out this little potential head and shoulders pattern that I showed you guys. That's kind of at an angle. I like the nice little bull trap that did above this key 80.25 level. Right shoulder coming in here. Compression pattern high, a lower resistance high base right there, per se, if you could say that. But right now, if the dollar index continues to trade below this key 79.80 level here, we're going to be looking for it to come down to 79.40. We break below 79.40, we're going to be looking for it to come down towards 79. That's why we were saying it's kind of risky to try to short the gold down here. If you take a look at gold today and these commodity stocks, the commodity stocks did pretty well. I mean, gold was not up a lot. You know, was up, had a low of 1655, traded to a high of 1667. But what's important is that it's holding this key trend line that we've been watching here. And this is kind of like a triple bottom action going on this key trend line. So what you could really do, you could draw this trend line right here. That key trend line from back from May, which I've been showing you guys. Take a little parallel channel line here and put it right there. And if the gold was to catch a bounce, our target's going to be back up towards this top of this range right there. Back up towards that key 1700 level. So this could be definitely a good area to maybe buy some gold, especially if that dollar rolls over. We'll be gauging that going into tomorrow and into the coming days here. Let's take a look at the GDX. Let's take a look at the GLD, because I know some of you guys like to trade the GLD as well. Take a look at the GLD. Was up 70 cents today. It's kind of getting choppy right here. The GLD could recover and get back above this 162.65 level or so. That would be pretty good as well. And then if we can get back above this key trend line that we were using as a little gauge there, which will be somewhere around the 163.55 level, depending on how fast we move up. Of course, if the longer this thing trades sideways, the more, the farther that trend line is going to start getting away from the price action. But we'll see if we can get above this 162.65. That'll be pretty good. Taking a look at the GDX, we highlighted the fact that how it was not beneficial to short the GDX down here. Doesn't mean that it can't go down. Just means that the short reel in the GDX was, 3 days ago. Right here, once it took out these lows that it made last week Tuesday, when it broke down last week Wednesday, that was a short. Also, when it broke to our little compression level that we've been highlighting to you guys ever since we were not able to break above this key trend line, this key little zone area that we've been watching there. That compression pattern came. Sorry if it's getting a little sloppy here. Sorry about that. But that was that breakdown. So now, like I said, the telltale in the gold miners is going to be if we try to retrace back to this 44 level, whether we get an official back test and then we fell, or whether we just rally up a little bit, don't even get an official back test, and then we roll over. That's going to be even showing more weakness. And then the trap is going to be if we break back above 44, stabilize a bit, and then start to trend higher. That's going to be a bull trap, a bear trap in this action right here. So we have some stuff setting up in the gold miners. It needs to warm up a little bit to give us some more clues, but we'll be definitely looking to get back into the move of trading gold miners once they show us a little bit more tradable action. In the meantime, right now, they need to give us a little bit more conviction of what to do with them, whether it be to, again, rally up and then short that rally high for a move back down, or rally up, gets back above 44, stabilizes a bit, since that would be an extended move from the lows, and then look for that push higher. So a lot of stuff going on right there. Taking a look at the SLV. SLV is actually, again, it's actually, in my opinion, is trading stronger than gold. SLV held this rising or this flattening 200-day simple moving average right here. So if we hold this little pivot low right here, this is going to be a nice little hanging pivot low off these lows that we were hanging around when we were holding around and watching that 29 level there. All right, and if this is a nice little pivot higher low, we're gonna be looking for this SLV to trade back up towards 3150. As far as crude oil goes, let's take a look at crude oil futures. Crude oil futures had a nice little move today, finally breaking out of this range. We've been highlighting the fact how this crude oil is back above this prior resistance from this little supply zone. Also highlighting the fact how it's been trading this range between 95 and 97. Nice little breakout today. Nice confirmation close above that level. And we actually hit our target. That's close enough to say we hit it, of that 98 level. Now the next target that we're going to be looking for is going to be coming around this 99 to 100 level. And don't be surprised if you start to see your gas prices at the pump in your hometown start to rise, because crude oil is on the go. If you guys recall, in the weekend review videos that I've been doing, I've been talking about looking for a big move in crude oil in this year, in 2013, whether it be this quarter or kind of mid second quarter. But you can see this triangle is playing out to the T so far. We broke that nice little short-term momentum trend line right here. As you can see on the weekly chart, next target is going to be back up towards these 100s and then back up towards this 105 level. All right, but right now oil is on the go, and we've been tracking this ever since we broke out, or I should say ever since we broke back above this 94 level. And even before here, where we were trading this little range right here, and we broke out of that range. And again, guys, if you're missing our weekend review videos, you can go to YouTube and go to My Wall Street TV, and you can catch all the videos there. They're sorted in the playlist to make it easy for you to find, and it's a lot of good information there if you're a new trader, if you're learning, if you're an experienced trader looking for a type of different view or different style on the market, or just to kind of get a different view of what you're seeing. And we got some good stuff going on, guys, so come check it out. In any case, USO, we also mentioned the fact that USO was kind of lagging behind the crude oil. Now you can see that USO had some nice volume come in today, and at the same time, it's trying to break and chomp through this resistance that the crude oil futures have already done, and crude oil futures are up here, kind of in the same area that we had this little same setup right here, and the USO is kind of lagging. So this USO can maybe start getting some juice. If you like to trade USO, maybe think about purchasing some calls that expire next Friday if this momentum in crude oil continues and the dollar sells off, or maybe take a look at purchasing some energy stocks or whatever the case may be. I mean, we've been highlighting the energy sector since the ERX broke above that key 54 level, and now the ERX is just on fire, guys. Again, I'm not a portfolio manager. I used to be an assistant portfolio manager for a company in Fort Lauderdale, but now I'm a trader, so I don't hold any overnight positions. But we try to capture these moves, and if we do hold any overnights, it's via options plays, and that's what that's looking like right there. Let's take a look at the volatility index. Volatility index gets smashed every time it gaps up. There's just no fear in this market. And if we continue to hold below this 14 level, you can probably expect us to push back down towards the bottom of the range down there. If we continue higher, especially if the Qs start to push up, you can see this thing maybe drift down back towards 1225. What else do we got here for you guys? Let's take a look at the euro dollar, which has been trading pretty strong lately, and the euro dollar is looking pretty good. I want to take these trend lines off the chart so I can show you exactly what's kind of going on here with the euro. And what you can see here, let me take off these studies as well. What you can see here is the euro is back at this key trend line, all right, that we broke down out of right here. All right, this is what we call the euro short back here in May of last year, breaking out this nice little triangle pattern that I'm going to highlight for you guys right now. All right, but notice what's going on here. That was a breakdown. We nailed that. Go to our videos. You can see that back then. If you go to our videos back here in May, you can see that we called that little breakdown in the euro, as well as calling the breakout. All this action right here, we call them the euro to the T. Now, we don't trade the euro. If any of you guys trade currency, we could actually maybe do some work together, because we are looking to do currencies. I believe my partner told me that we are working with some people to possibly get some forex trading going on in our firm, along with some futures trading. So I'll keep you guys up to date with that. But as far as this euro goes, look, we're back above this key trend line, and the longer the euro starts to hold above this 134 level, I would say, and we start to hold above this key trend line that came from this little breakdown, you can expect the euro to start getting some buying pressure. Next resistance on the euro, I would say, is going to be around here, around this 138 level. But right now the euro is actually looking pretty strong, and I think it may have caught some people off guard. All right, but we'll see how that plays out. All right, so let's talk about some stocks now. Let's see what Apple's doing today. Again, I don't trade Apple, but Apple had a nice little day up today, up $8.44. Put the studies back on the chart here, and Apple's has gotten pretty beat up here. Can they get a bounce? Possibly. Am I expecting a crazy bounce? Maybe if people start getting giddy on the stock again here, with Amazon coming out with some numbers in the street still liking it, they may try to dip their toes back into Apple using this little reference low down here from yesterday as a little pocket pivot low right there. And we can maybe get a trade back up to some of this gap action towards 482. I won't be trading it, but I'll definitely be using it as a gauge, because if Apple can get its act together, and the Qs can hold above 67.38, and these technology stocks can get their act together, we can see the market make another leg higher. In my opinion, I think the ES is going to 1520. Based on some of the analysis that we have, our target on the market is up here towards 1522. And this is some of my proprietary channel analysis that I do. that I've been doing for the past couple of years, which is some pretty good stuff. And hopefully, if some of you guys take my advanced channel trading course that we're going to be offering at wallstreettrading.com, you guys will be able to check that type of stuff out. Amazon sold off today, but if you take a look at the stock after hours, the stock is trading at, let's take a look here. Bear with me 1 second. The stock is trading, hit a high at 290, and like my partner James have been saying in the chat room, this is a stock that he is expecting to go to 300, and I do believe the same. I do think the stock is going to have some great action tomorrow, and we'll be trading this along with CHK that came out after hours today that said that the CEO is going to retire in April. Take a look at CHK. I know this is kind of off. This is kind of like going out of the little routine. I was trying to stick with the technology stocks here, but CHK looks pretty good. Keep that one on your radar for tomorrow. So in any case, the energy stocks, again, we've been talking on Sunday night when we did our live chart session. We talked about the energy stocks, the natural gas stocks looking pretty decent. DVN had a nice little breakout this range. Maybe look for a pullback buying this one tomorrow. I would not be buying it over the highs tomorrow, but if this one dips down tomorrow towards, say, 56, maybe this mid 56s, or any dip and the market starts to get a bounce and this one starts to make a reversal intraday tomorrow, this will be a nice little pickup. So we're going to be watching the DVN tomorrow since it had some nice buys in it. HES gapped up today off of some news that they were going to be selling maybe some of their units or something. I have to look at the news more, but the stock gapped up. It faded all the way for most of the day here. We were able to scalp this one right here for a quick trade. All right, and we also called it. I also called the traders. I also got the traders involved in the chat room around 67.45, and we wrote all the way up to 68. And I also highlighted that on my Facebook. If you're not following me on Facebook, you can follow me on Facebook at Chris Cooper. You can follow us on Facebook at Wall Street Trading or myself at Channel Guy Trader. NBL is one of the stronger energy stocks out there. This one's up $1.70. I really think this one's maybe going to start getting going here. You can see all this action that it's had on the chart has been inside of this big extension bar right here, and now today we finally got to close above that bar. Taking a look at the 60-minute chart, this one is looking good, trending pretty nice. This one most likely tomorrow, if it trades higher and the energy stocks are strong tomorrow, this one may do a little shakeout, say in the early part of the session, then trade higher. But keep an eye on these energy stocks. You know, I know they're kind of extended. I know that they are trending pretty strong, but that's what you want to stick in if this market's going to keep on grinding higher. Stick with the strong names, as money's going to be buying those names. I don't think smart money's going to be buying the names that look like they could rally because we already rallied enough. That's kind of the whole psychology behind the trade. See, VMW got smashed today. I couldn't short this stock because it was hard to borrow, and I did not want to locate the stock and have to pay extra to short it. So we scalped it to the long side in the morning, like I highlighted in the midday market update, made some money, and then we let the shorts have their way with it. EMC was some nice action today. EMC actually held up pretty well for these data storage stocks. There were buyers in it this morning buying the dip. We actually call this one as well in our chat room to the long side. You take a look at the 5-minute chart and set up a nice little bull flag for you guys here. You can actually see it better on the 15-minute chart. But it set up a nice little bull flag here off this nice little up move. Nice little flag type of pattern action right there. Had a nice little push up. But we got involved in the stock once it broke over this nice little range here. I don't have the opening price on here like you guys see on some of my other charts that I show you guys intraday. But once it broke over the open price, it was in a nice little tight compression, and it got that nice little pop. Nice, easy trade for us, and the traders in the room were pretty happy about that trade. So Amazon, keep that one to watch for tomorrow. CHK. Lulu looks like it wants to run. It's kind of toppy up here. Has these moving averages right here. But if these retail stocks continue to trend higher, keep an eye on Lulu. The market starts to get bought up. I was looking at Deckers for a move today. Deckers did not have juice today. May need a little bit more time to consolidate before it tries to rip through 42. Or it can maybe be at the top of the range to go back down towards 36 if they decide to sell the market. People may try to get short the stock, looking for a pullback down towards the bottom of the range. So a lot of stuff, guys. I can't go over everything in the video, of course. I will have the stocks that we'll be watching tomorrow in the chat room. If you would like access to our chat room, please contact me at ccooper@wallstreettrading.com or go to our website, wallstreettrading.com, and fill out the form for the 14-day free trial, and you will get the credentials emailed to you. Don't worry. If you want access more than 14 days, that's not a problem, as we do not charge for this chat room at the moment, and we have we do not expect to charge for this chat room anytime soon, as right now we're just looking to build it up, and so far a lot of people are happy with the service, and it's pretty good, and hope you guys have had a chance to stop by. In any case, have a great day. I'll catch you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 8:20 and hope you guys traded pretty well today. Make sure you check out our social networks, YouTube, StockTwits, Facebook, and everything else, guys. Have a great night. Cheers.